Breeders' Cup Day, the day of champions.
Desire. The desire to win. It's something you're born.
Stakes, annually one of the most important weight-for-age stakes races held exclusively for fillies and mares. This, the sixth day of Keeneland's 16-day fall meet, this year celebrating their 50th anniversary here at Keeneland. And what an outstanding field we have for you today for the Spinster. It is the 7th race on the 8-race program here at Keeneland this afternoon. We'll take a look now at the conditions for racing for the Spinster. It is, of course, a Grade 1 event, $200,000 added. 3 years old and up, fillies and mares, and there you see it is 1 1/8 miles around the oval here at the Keeneland Racecourse for the 31st running of the Spinster Stakes. There's the famous paddock here at Keeneland. Fillies and mares about ready to arrive, and of course they'll circle around each individual tree here as one of the traditions at Keeneland, and then move into another ring where the jockeys will be put up. So there's a good look at it. Let's give you now a rundown of the field for the Spinster Stakes. Starting with our defending champion. Don't Stop the Music opens at 3-1 on the morning line. Eddie Delahousie gets the ride. Jerry Bailey, who just rode, of course, our winner in the Keeneland Breeders' Cup, Leprechaun's Wish. He's up on Steal a Kiss at 10-1. We have one scratch in the Spinster today that came this morning as Fergie's Jewel did scratch today. Fergie's Jewel is out. In Deer, Woody Stevens trained. Eddie Maple will ride at 4-1. Top Corsage, the number 5 horse, ridden by Sandy Hawley at 5-1. Queen Alexandra at 5-1 is the number 6 horse. Don Brumfield will go. Zenobia Empress is at 15-1. Keith Allen has the ride. Life at the Top, 5-2. One of the best. Chris McCarron has the ride for Dwayne Lucas. And Gypsy Prayer, ridden by Harvey Puckett at 20-1. Well, this is the time of year when all horses are scrambling for all sorts of titles around the country. Of course, last week on Racing Across America, we were in Louisiana and had a chance to bring you the Sport of Kings Futurity. Futurities and the 2-year-olds, the horses of the future. Well, they had a big Futurity here yesterday at Keeneland. This is the Breeders' Futurity. Let's take a look at this $150,000 race. Sooner Shower, Pledge Card, Dwayne Lucas entry at 8-5. Coaxing Chad, then Sortable at 50-1. Orono at 15-1, Iron Distinction at 50-1. Gem Master 10-1, Wordy at 6-1, Rainbow East at 3-1, and Ali Sheba at 4-1. It's $150,000 guaranteed. As we take a look at the stakes record, 143-3. And now, again, we call on our announcer for this race. We'll go to Mike Battaglia for the call to the Breeders' Futurity on Friday.
All stand well. And they're off. Breaking for the lead from the inside, that's Sortable. Orono up on the outside, then Iron Distinction. Moving up from between horses, Sooner Showers. They're into the first turn, and Sortable has the lead by a half length. From the outside, Orono is second. Gaining ground up on the outside. Iron Distinction takes a third. Ali Sheba moves into fourth. Coaxing Chad fifth by a head. Pledge Card between horses runs the sixth. Then up from the outside, that is Rainbow East. Down the back stretch on the inside, Sortable has a head in front of Orono, second ahead. Iron Distinction third, Ali Sheba fourth. Down along the inside, Sooner Showers fifth, Pledge Card sixth, Coaxing Chad seventh, then Rainbow East followed by Wordy and Gem Master. Moving for the turn on the inside, Sortable ahead in front of Orono is the second by a length. From the extreme outside, Ali Sheba up between horses. That's still Iron Distinction. Between horses, Pledge Card. They're into the turn, and Sortable and Orono are right together. Ali Sheba third. On the rail, Pledge Card runs fourth. Sooner Showers fifth. Moving for the stretch, Orono now gets the lead. From the inside, still Sortable. On the outside, Ali Sheba gains ground. Down the stretch, Orono with Ali Sheba up on the outside. In the center of the track, that's Coaxing Chad. They're nearing the wire. On the inside, that's Orono. On the outside, Ali Sheba. Under the wire, Orono wins it by almost a length. Ali Sheba second. On the inside, Pledge Card third.
So Orono, the winner of Friday's Breeders' Futurity here in a time of 145-1. Owned by Bayview Stables, trained by Carl A. Nafsker, who, by the way, wins his second Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland, and ridden by Sandy Hawley. Let's take a look now at the official prices from yesterday's Breeders' Futurity. As Orono, in the time of 1:45-1 for the mile and a 16th, returns a whopping 32.40, 15.60, and 7.80. Ali Sheba, second, 6.20 and 3.60, and Pledge Card, 2.80. That's the story of Friday's Breeders' Futurity. We know the Spinster, of course, has a rich tradition. One of the richest traditions in thoroughbred racing belongs to a farm near here, Claiborne Farm. They won the very first Spinster way back in 1957, and they're well represented here today. Their orange colors will be carried by Indeer and trained by one of the masters of all, Woody Stevens. Let's go to the paddock now and Chelsea Candy with Woody.
Well, trainer Woody Stevens certainly needs no introduction. A member of the Hall of Fame, a record this year, 5 consecutive Belmonts. But Woody, you've never won the Spinster. How has this one eluded you?
I don't know. I don't even know if I've ever run a horse in it.
Well, that might explain it.
But after today, maybe we'll win one. How's that?
What about India? Has she got a chance to win this?
She runs very consistent. She's been to money her last 9 starts, and she's a real good mud filly, but she runs hard all the time, and I give her a chance. There's a big pace for her, and she'll like that.
She likes to come from off the pace, and there is plenty of speed.
She will be coming off the pace, and there's plenty of it in here.
All right, well, I'll let you go in, Sadler. Thank you for being with us.
Good to be here, Charles.
All right, Chris, back to you.
See my filly coming there?
Thank you, Charles. You can see the horses warming up in the paddock area here for the Spinster. And we return, Chelsea will have her special Thoroughbred Minute. The Spinster Stakes coming up here on ESPN. And it's in near Versailles, Kentucky here. Lanes in. Some of the beauty of the bluegrass country, the home of Keeneland Racecourse. We'll be back in a moment.
You will see several fillies and mares going posted in the Spinster wearing blinkers, such as these, which will be worn by Top Corsage. Now, the purpose of blinkers is to focus a horse's attention straight ahead by restricting their field of vision. Because of the position of their eyes, horses have good peripheral vision. And sometimes what's happening beside a horse can result in distraction and even failure to run a straight course. Or sometimes blinkers will cause a horse who's just plain lazy to be more ambitious. Adding blinkers keeps a horse's mind on his business and results in a sharper and often speedier performance. European racing disdains blinkers as a rogue's badge, but many American runners, and even champions such as Secretariat and Northern Dancer, would never leave home without them. Have him. He had a life at the top.
And there's a shot at the number 8 horse, the Bay filly, Life at the Top. And Life at the Top has had blinkers taken off, and that has improved her performance over the past, just kind of underscoring Chelsea's comment at her feature there. Let's go back over to Chelsea now to update our odds in the paddock area. Chelsea?
All right, Chris. Well, right now we have the field looking like this at the moment. Don't Stop the Music being held at 3-1. Steal a Kiss, the 3-year-old filly, is at 6-1. Fergie's Jewel, of course, was scratched. Endear at 4-1. And Top Corsage, that nice front-running filly, a long price actually at 8-1. And number 6, Queen Alexandra, who is something of a local favorite here. She's at 6-1. Zenobia Empress also 6-1. Life at the Top, the good 3-year-old filly, 7-2. And the long shot, Gypsy Prayer, at 25-1. That's how the public likes them right now. Chris?
Thank you, Chelsea. With the scratch and with the 8-horse field, our total purse right now, $219,400, not including the Breeders' Cup bonus. We have a local break coming up. The jockeys will be coming on the track. We'll have the post parade for the Spinster next.
It took just
Salutos.
We want to give you a chance to meet a little closer some of the major contenders. Pick out your favorite as we join Chelsea Candy with the defending champion.
Don't Stop the Music looks to become the first back-to-back Spinster winner in 28 years, and she's got the credentials to get the job done. She's a versatile mare who can race close to the lead or come from behind. And last year's Spinster, Don't Stop the Music, was 7th early on, then drove to the lead with a strong surge and was never threatened. This year, she's added 2 Grade 2 wins to her long list of stakes victories. Endear carries the hopes of trainer Woody Stevens, who's looking for his first Spinster win. She's a hard-knocking, consistent mare who's been brilliant on occasion, like here in the Hempstead Handicap, when she becomes one of the few fillies or mares to beat Lady's Secret. And on this day, she did it easily, by 6 lengths. And the weight for age conditions of the Spinster favor Endear today. Steal a Kiss is one of 4 3-year-olds who will try their elders. She has been keeping company with the very best fillies and mares in training, but hasn't quite connected for the big score. Today could be the day. Steal a Kiss has been second to Lady's Secret in her last 2 starts, and with the great lady passing this spot, Steal a Kiss looms a bold stretch threat. And there's plenty of speed in the Spinster to help set up her late run. Another 3-year-old is Life at the Top, a stablemate of Lady Secret and the D. Wayne Lucas barn. Lucas hasn't had the best of luck in the Spinster, finishing second in 3 of the last 4 years. But Life at the Top has the credentials to change that luck. Here she is winning the Grade 1 Mother Goose Stakes earlier this year. Removing the blinkers from this filly's equipment recently seems to have settled her down. She'll be racing on only 6 days rest, and Chris McCarron has journeyed from California for the mount.
The horse is on the track now for the post parade for the 31st running of the Spinster Stakes. Let's meet them now. The number 1 horse, the 6-year-old bay mare, Don't Stop the Music, Chelsea.
6 starts, Chris, have been in either Grade 1 or Grade 2 races, and she's been off the board only once this year, and that was in the mud. She may be getting older, but she's still tough.
Eddie Delahousie is the rider. He is a 2-time winner of the Spinster Stakes. He won it in 1980, won it in 1984. This is his 7th ride in the Spinster Stakes. Eddie Delahousie. The number 2 horse, Steal a Kiss.
This 3-year-old has never won a stakes race, but she's been close. She chased Lady Secret her last 2 outs, but she could be the chasee today, despite the fact that she's picking up 10 pounds.
And the rider is Jerry Bailey. We saw him, of course, just win the Breeders' Cup race. He also won the Travers this year on Wise Time, Steal a Kiss, number 2. The number 3 horse, Fergie's Jewel, has been scratched, and the number 4 horse is the bay filly Endear. And Endear, of course, trained by one of your favorites, Chelsea, Woody Stevens.
Well, she's a big filly. She's beautifully bred, and she always tries her best. She's a multiple stakes winner, and she was 3rd to Lady Secret and Steal a Kiss in her last 2 starts, but she gets an advantageous weight shift today.
Eddie Maple will be the rider. He is one of the top riders for Woody Stevens. The number 5 horse, Top Corsage.
She's another 3-year-old, and she's at her absolute best right now and looking for her 4th stakes victory in a row. Versatile, too. She races on or off the pace, on the turf or the dirt.
Sandy Hawley became the 6th rider in history to win 5,000 races. He rides Top Corsage. Number 6, Queen Alexandra.
Many expect an upset by this 4-year-old New York bred. She's won 9 of 14 starts this year at 6 different tracks. She's won 5 consecutive stakes coming in today's Spinster.
Don Brumfield rides in his 20th Spinster Stakes. The number 7 horse, the gray mare, Zenobia Empress.
Gray like her daddy Zen. This is a 5-year-old Illinois bred. She's a very genuine mare, winning a half a dozen stakes out in the Midwest, and she wasn't beaten far by Queen Alexandra in the Modesty at Arlington.
Keeneland's leading rider, Keith Allen, is up, leading rider this past spring with 22 wins. The number 8 horse, the Eclipse Award-winning team of Gene Klein and D. Wayne Lucas. This is Life at the Top.
This 3-year-old filly's last 10 starts have been in graded stakes, and she's collected a check in every one, making her the top money earner of the year in the Spinster field.
One of the top riders of all time, Chris McCarron, leading money earner nationally. Over $8 million is Mounts have earned this year. And rounding out the field for the Spinster, number 9, the bay mare, Gypsy Prayer.
She's won nearly $100,000 this year at Latonia and River Downs, but she was totally unsuccessful in her venture to Keeneland earlier this spring.
And an exciting moment for the young rider, Harvey Puckett, his first Spinster mount. That's the field for the 1986 Spinster Stakes. We've given you a look at major contenders. We've talked about favorites. Now let's talk about one of the horses that might pay a price. Our Budweiser long shot selection for the 1986 Spinster Stakes. Let's take a look and see if it might be your pick.
Budweiser long shot is Top Corsage, and she's got the consistency you don't often see when you're looking for a horse at a good price. Top Corsage comes into the Spinster in the best form of her career. She's won her last 3 starts, all stakes. And here in her first start on the dirt in more than 6 months, she runs away and hides from the field in the Arlington Oaks, then follows up with a victory in the Louisiana Downs Oaks. The well-traveled and hard-hitting Top Corsage, today's Budweiser long shot.
And there is our Bud long shot, number 5, Top Corsage, at 10-1 right now for the Budweiser long shot. Well, the gate is set. The fillies and mares on the backside preparing in their own way for the Spinster Stakes. And we return. We'll have a feature on the First Lady of Thoroughbred Racing when we come back to Keeneland.
Well, as post time approaches, let's see how the public likes them now. Don't Stop the Music is 5-2 to become a millionaire. Steal a Kiss at 7-1, Endear at 4-1, and Top Corsage staying a long price at 10-1. Queen Alexandra, who's won more races than any other filly in the field, at 6-1, Zenobia Empress at 8-1, Life at the Top a short price 5-2, and Gypsy Prayer getting longer at 30-1. Of course, since Tiffany Lass was injured, the 3-year-old filly division has been pretty wide open. But every filly in the country's got to take a backseat to the undisputed champion handicap mare. That's Lady's Secret. She is very special, and Chris Lincoln is going to give us a nice long look at this great filly.
The Iron Lady, the Gray Streak. Lady's Secret, the 4-year-old filly, has rolled up a career total of over $2.3 million. $1.2 million with 6 Grade 1 stakes wins this year. She earns an average of over $61,000 every time she starts and has been in the money in each of her last 23 outs. Of her 21 lifetime wins, 20 have been in stakes races. She is the queen of the track and the pride of the D. Wayne Lucas training stable.
Well, certainly her durability is incredible, and to be around her and the people that have seen her and know her are just amazed that she's actually improving. Not only on her on-track performance, but her physical condition. She's 100% sound and gaining weight throughout a very tough campaign against the best horses in the country.
And she certainly has the breeding for it. The most famous offspring of the legendary Secretariat at nearby Claiborne Farm. She was foaled by the Ice-Capade mare, Great Lady M, at the Lucas Farm in Oklahoma, making her arguably the most famous Okie bred since Will Rogers. Her regular rider, Pat Day, sees Lady's Secret as the horse of the year.
Well, she's definitely got my vote, and I think she's right on the top of the list right now. She's, as you'd said, she's maybe met with the males with limited success, but she annihilated the field in the Whitney, and then came back and didn't have the best of trips in the race at Monmouth Park, and then come back and run second to Precisionist, and he ran what was it, 4/5 of a second off the track record, going 1 1/8 miles, and she's just done it all, and she's been a mark of consistency. She's against her own sex. She's just annihilated the fields, and I don't know. She's just, in my book, she deserves to be Horse of the Year.
In her last 2 outs, Lady's Secret has shown that kind of form. Carrying 125 pounds, she ran the fastest mile ever run at Belmont Park by a filly as she won the Masquette. And lugging the highest weight of her career, 129 pounds, she scored her largest margin of victory, winning the Ruffian by 8 lengths. We asked one of the industry leaders, Seth Hancock of Claiborne Farm, how he would rate Lady's Secret against the finest race mares of all time.
Well, the best I ever saw before Lady's Secret was Ruffian. She was a brilliant 2-year-old and a brilliant early 3-year-old, but her career was pretty fleeting, and Lady's Secret's done it over a longer period of time and has proved to be Hickory. So I think probably Ruffian maybe was a tad more brilliant, but over the long haul, I'd have to give the nod to Lady's Secret.
The Lady runs tomorrow at Belmont in the Beldame with an opportunity for a second straight sweep of the New York Fall Championship Series for fillies. And 1 week from today, she will be honored with a special day at Belmont Park. Truly befitting the First Lady of thoroughbred racing. Jane Klein's Lady's Secret, one of fabulous fillies. He's also got one, of course, here, Life at the Top. The number 8 horse is his today. Number 4, Endear. Just going in now. Here comes Top Corsage. That's our Budweiser long shot. Top Corsage now at 9-1. Queen Alexandra will be coming up next. Jean Klein is standing right here with me. Jean, just a quick comment on Lady's Secret. She runs tomorrow. What a great horse.
She's the greatest of all time. She's given us the greatest thrills, and because she is so great, Chris, we're going to run her again as a 5-year-old. The fans want to see her, and I want to see her. But we're not going to send her to the breeding shed. We're going to let her run again next year.
Maybe we'll see her right after this race. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jean Klein with Life at the Top. There you see the blindfold on Queen Alexandra. She's kind of nervous going into the gates. They blindfolded her to get her in. They'll take it off as soon as she's in the gate. Now number 7, Zenobia Empress. Zenobia Empress, the 5-year-old gray mare coming in. And now Jean Klein's Bay filly, the 3-year-old. Life at the Top, the number 8 horse, is the co-favorite right now at 5-2, along with the defending champion, Don't Stop the Music. The stakes record is 147-2. Number to count. Track record held by 3 horses, including Round Table, set at first in 57. Up to the top of the stands, Mike Battaglia to call the 31st Spinster.
And off. For the lead from the extreme outside, Life at the Top and Gypsy Prayer, Top Corsage on the inside. Down along the rail, Don't Stop the Music. Into the first turn, Top Corsage is the leader by a half length. Life at the Top second ahead, Gypsy Prayer third a length, Don't Stop the Music fourth ahead. Queen Alexandra is fifth, a gap of 3. Zenobia Empress is next, then it's Steal a Kiss and the trailer, Endear. They're moving on to the back stretch. The leader, Top Corsage, by a length. Gypsy Prayer second ahead. Life at the top, third by 2.5 lengths. Queen Alexandra runs fourth. Gap of 4. Down along the inside, Zenobia Empress takes fifth. Don't Stop the Music runs sixth, and Deer is seventh, and the trailer Steal a Kiss. They're moving down the back stretch, and Top Corsage continues to lead, has it by a length. Life at the top is second. Gypsy Prayer is third with Queen Alexandra gaining ground. Now she moves into third. Into the turn, Top Corsage the leader. Life at the top second, a half length. On the outside, Queen Alexandra third, 2 lengths. And Deer runs fourth, then Zenobia Empress is fifth. They're moving for the stretch. Top Corsage has the lead by a head. Life at the top second, a length. On the outside, that's Queen Alexandra third, and Deer is gaining ground between horses. Down the stretch, Top Corsage, she's been there all the way, still in front. On the outside, Life at the top, and Deer now comes between those two. They're nearing the wire. It's Top Corsage, the leader, then and Deer under the wire. Top Corsage goes all the way wire to win the Spinster by a length. And Deer finishes second. Then on the outside, Life at the top third. Top Corsage leading all the way under a very,
well,
very
how's
good
that
ride
for
by
our Budweiser long shot? Our Budweiser long shot, Top Corsage, ridden by Sandy Hawley. By the way, Sandy Hawley has now ridden the winner in every stakes race in this fall meet at Keeneland so far, in the 3 stakes races held in the first 6 days of the meeting here. The unofficial winner, Top Corsage, our Budweiser long shot, who went off today at 9-1. We'll be back to make it official from Keeneland when we return.
Which have never won 3 races other than maiden, claiming, or starter. The Jan Nehru trained entry, Clabber Girl Venezia, Hedonic Cordero. Mintley scratched, Spring Beauty with Chris DiCarlo. Whistler 1-9 with Jacinto Vasquez. Indistinctly scratched, True Champion Grael, Truly Best Romero.
Zero. Whistler has the lead. Spring Beauty is second. On the outside is True Champion, Clever Girl on the rail, then Hedonic, and Truly Best. Down the backstretch. Whistler leads by a length. True Champion on the outside, second by about a half. Then Spring Beauty, Clever Girl on the rail. Clever Girl on the rail now takes third. Spring Beauty in fourth. Then Hedonic and Truly Best. The quarter 22-4 into the far turn. Whistler leads by 2. True Champion second by a neck. Spring Beauty is third by a head. Clever Girl on the rail back into fourth. They round the far turn. The half in 45-2. Whistler leads by 2.5. Clever Girl, Spring Beauty, True Champion heads apart, gaining ground on the outside. Hedonic about 8-2. Truly Best. Whistler continues to lead by 4 lengths. Hedonic on the outside now takes second. Stablemate, Clever Girl on the rail is third. Then Spring Beauty, Truly Champion, and Truly Best. Whistler in front.
We did have a bridge jumper here, but he's going to collect more than $200,000 to show on Whistler. The outcome never in doubt. This is a talented and fast filly for David Whiteley. 3 for 4 lifetime. We should see her in stakes company next time out. Whistler for David Whiteley, and Jacinto Vasquez takes the 3rd race in 121-1. 220, 210, and 210. The entry finishes 2nd and 3rd. Hedonic and Clever Girl, they both pay 210 and 210.
I Mean It is third by a length. Then an Empress. Good for Seal has the lead.
You have just seen another good racehorse with the Tartan Farms connection. Year after year, Tartan Farms connects pedigree and performance to improve the breed. Make the Tartan Farms connection.
Mike Bossy, the Islanders' premier sniper. He scored over 50 goals in his first 9 seasons and 535 overall. Brian Trottier, possibly the best two-way center in the league. A talented scorer and fierce checker. Dennis Potvin, Islander captain, destined for the Hall of Fame. Holder of the all-time total points record for NHL defensemen. Bossy, Trottier, and Potvin. An incredible trio of superstars who will lead the Islanders into the 86-87 season. Catch them only on Sports Channel. Big-time college football. Nothing matches it for excitement, color, and thrills. And Sports Channel dives right into the action with a great package of collegiate gridiron play. Every week, you can follow the exploits of the Syracuse Orangemen and the Florida Gators in complete game coverage. Plus, our national coverage continues with feature-packed wrap-up shows from Michigan, Notre Dame, and Army. So catch the spirit and give a cheer for high-flying college football action on Sports Channel. Check local listings for days and time. 1980, Frank Cashin is named general manager of the New York Mets.
I think we're going to win a pennant. If I didn't really feel that way, I wouldn't have taken the job in the first place.
What did it take to transform a losing team into a baseball powerhouse? Find out as Sports Channel profiles Frank Cashin. Go behind the scenes as crucial decisions are made about the future of the Mets. Join Fran Healy as he profiles the man behind the Mets, Frank Cashin, only on Sports Channel.
Here's the 4th. It's at 6 furlongs for 2-year-old fillies. They're in for a claiming price of $75 down to $70,000. This is the second part of an instant double. The favorite is Vicious Queen, 7-5 with Romero. Regal Payoff, 5-2 in Migliori. Daniela Drive at 24 with Martens. Coit's was scratched. The 5, Forever Sweetheart, 6-1 with Santos. Victoria Peak at 7 with Santagata. What's Her Name, 5-1 Robbie Davis. Sonny's Diplomat, 13 with Ortiz.
Zero. Daniela Drive has the lead. On the outside, Victoria Peak moves into second. Farther out is Sonny's Diplomat in third. Vicious Queen is fourth. Then Regal Payoff, Forever Sweetheart, and What's Her Name? They enter the far turn. Daniela Drive has the lead by about a half. Vicious Queen on the rail, now second, coming on the inside of Daniela Drive. Victoria Peak is third, then Sonny's Diplomat is followed by Regal Payoff. What's Her Name? And Forever Sweetheart. The quarter 22-4 as they approach the top of a stretch. Vicious Queen on the rail on the inside of Daniela Drive. Those two have two on Victoria Peak, Regal Payoff, and What's Her Name? The half and 46 flat. Daniela Drive now takes the lead by a neck. Vicious Queen on the rail back into second. On the outside, What's Her Name is third, then Regal Payoff and Victoria Peak. What's Her Name continues to gain ground on the outside of Daniela Drive. Vicious Queen is third, but Daniela Drive has the lead.
You had to be somewhat suspicious of the favorite Vicious Queen here. In her only start at Saratoga in a maiden special weight race, she won by 6 lengths. She hasn't started since, nearly a 2-month layoff, and today John Parasella puts her in for a tag. If you eliminated her, the race sort of becomes wide open, but it was still tough to come up with the winner, Daniela Drive, who was eased in her last start at Pimlico, but George Martens got her to the front, and she wins it at the longest shot on the board, odds of 24-1. Bobby Barbera, the trainer, George Martens, the rider. Number 3, Daniela Drive, $50.40, $17.60, and $6. What's Her Name up for second, $6.40 and $4. The favorite, Vicious Queen, $3. The Exacta 3 and 7, $366.40. Quinella 3-7 or 7-3, $137.40. And that instant double, the combination of 4 and 3, pays $87.20. On to the 5th. It's at 1 1/16 on the inner turf course. This is for fillies and mares 3 and up, which have not won a race of 17,500 at a mile or over since April the 1st. Wendy Walker Martens, My Regrets, Samin, Captive Island Scratched. Smoke the Queen with Eddie Maple, Pretty Sham Romero. The favorite, Videogenic, 4-5 with Cordero, Cherry Jubilee, Santos.
Lero. Wendy Walker on the inside going for the lead. Then Smoke the Queen, Pretty Sham, My Regrets, Cherry Jubilee, and Videogenic. They continue around the clubhouse turn, and Wendy Walker leads the way by a half. Pretty Sham on the outside, second now by a length and a half. Smoke the Queen is third by 2, then Cherry Jubilee, Videogenic, and My Regrets. They're on to the backstretch. Pretty Sham moves alongside Wendy Walker, and Pretty Sham now takes the lead by half. Wendy Walker is second by 2, then Smoke the Queen, Cherry Jubilee, Videogenic, and My Regrets. The quarter 23 and 4, they continue down the backstretch. Pretty Sham on the hedge leads the way by a length. Wendy Walker on the outside, second by a length. Smoke the Queen is third by a length. Then My Regrets, Videogenic, and Cherry Jubilee is now sixth. The half in 46 and 3 as they round the far turn. Pretty Sham leads still by a length, and Wendy Walker, Smoke the Queen heads apart. Smoke the Queen gaining ground on the hedge. Smoke the Queen now takes the lead. Pretty Sham back into second. Wendy Walker on the outside third. Videogenic on the hedge in fourth. They're in the stretch. 3/4, 10 and 2. Smoke the Queen has the lead by a length and a half. Now Videogenic moves to the outside, is second, only a length off the leader. They pass the 8th pole. Smoke the Queen on the rail. Videogenic on the outside. They pass the 16th pole together, and Videogenic now takes the lead. Smoke the Queen is second. Videogenic in front.
Obviously, the class of this race, Videogenic, has more money in the bank than the rest of the field combined, over $700,000. She was one of the top fillies in this country last year in the early part of '86. She's been training well, and Gaspar Morchera has her ready today. Videogenic going off at odds of 4 to 5, a winner really every step under Cordero. Interesting to see where she goes next. She may go right into Stakes Company right away, but Videogenic is back. Gaspar Morchera, a training double. Cordero, the rider. Videogenic, 380, 240, and 240. Smoke the Queen, 520, 320. My Regrets, 260. The exacta 6 and 4, $24.40.
Hi, I'm Janine Puttick from Tiffany Scott Cadillac. When you think of Cadillac, you think elegance, style, and performance. Tiffany Scott prides itself on selling the #1 luxury car, and we've set out to be your #1 Cadillac dealer. #1 in sales, #1 in service, and #1 in customer satisfaction. And best of all, Tiffany Scott Cadillac offers our Cadillacs at the lowest possible prices.
Tiffany Scott Cadillac, the moving force behind Cadillac on Long Island.
Sports Channel has got it all in October. The Mets' incredible season rockets on, and Sports Channel will be there to cover their charge into the playoffs and beyond. The hot action moves to the ice as the Islanders face off under new head coach Terry Simpson. Plus, get the full story on the entire New York sports scene on New York Sports Nightly, Sports Channel's brand new show dedicated to New York sports. There's no doubt about it. We've got it all in October and all year round. Sports Channel, #1 in New York sports. New York sports fans, Sports Channel has a great triple play just for you this fall. Get exclusive coverage of the Islanders, led by new head coach Terry Simpson. Plus, Sports Channel is the place to watch Pearl Washington and the Nets polish off the NBA. The triple play is complete every weekday with Sports Channel's brand new sports news show, New York Sports Nightly. It's the best triple play in town. The Islanders, Nets, and New York Sports Nightly. Only on Sports Channel. #1 in New York sports. What goals does Terry Simpson have in his first season as the Islanders head coach?
First off, I want to be able to contribute positively in the management end of it. Like, I think we have, a solid management end, and some people there that I'm certainly going to call on for some advice and some help. And once I do that, of course, obviously our goal, long-range goal, is to bring another Stanley Cup back to the island. I think that's why everybody is in it.
Get to know Terry Simpson on Sports Channel, #1 in New York sports.
Sixth race is at 7 furlongs. It's for 3-year-olds and up, which have not won 2 races of 17,500 in 85-86. No exacta here. We again kick off another instant double. Senator Brady, Randy Romero up. Law Talk scratched. Up pops the winner, Krista Carlo. Cutlass Reality with Cordero. The favorite, Best by Test, 1-2 with Lovato. And Vienna Star, Robbie Davis.
Best by Test has the lead. Vienna Star on the outside is second, then Senator Brady. Up pops a winner, and Cutlass Reality is fifth. Down the backstretch. Best by Test has the lead by about a half. Vienna Star on the outside is second by a length and a half. Senator Brady is third by 2. Then up pops a winner, and Cutlass Reality. The quarter 22 and a 3 into the far turn. Best by Test on the rail continues to lead by a half. Vienna Star is second by a half. Senator Brady is third by 2, then Cutlass Reality. Senator Brady is now gaining ground on the outside of Vienna Star, taking second. Vienna Star back into third as Best by Test leads to the top of the stretch. The half and 45 and 2. Best by Test has the lead by a length and a half. Senator Brady is second by the same. Cutlass Reality on the outside is third. Vienna Star in fourth, and up pops a winner is fifth. Now Cutlass Reality gains on the outside of Senator Brady as they pass the 8th pole. Best by Test leads by 2. Senator Brady is second by a neck. Cutlass Reality on the outside is third. Best by Test in front.
Bring on Phone Trick, bring on Groovy. Best by Test turning into a fine sprinter for Butch Lenzini. He, of course, set the 6 furlong track record in his last start, going in 1:08. Today at 7 furlongs, he's clocked in 1:22. He's an easy winner. Best by Test has now reeled off 5 consecutive victories. He's 5 for 10 in 1986, and we'll see where Lenzini puts him next. He may try Stakes Company, and with the winter coming up at Aqueduct, Lenzini has a fine horse here in Best by Test. $3, $240, and $210. Senator Brady, $360, $220. Cutlass Reality, $220. On to the 7th. It's at 7 furlongs. Fillies and mares 3 and up, which have not won 2 races of 17,500 in 85-86. Sweet Velocity, 11-1 Samin. TV Snow at 8 with Romero. Peacekeeper, 30 in Santagata. The favorite, Funestrada, 3-5 with Robbie Davis. Grand Creation at 20 with Cordero. Mistress Montague, 27 and Pat Day. Real Easy at 19 with Migliori. And Argentario, second choice, 5-2 with Jose Romero.
0. Argentario on the outside has the lead. Then Peacekeeper is second. Real Easy is third. Funestrada in fourth. And Mistress Montague is fifth. Sweet Velocity in sixth. TV Snow seventh. And Grand Creation is eighth. Down the backstretch. Argentario draws clear by 7 lengths. Real Easy, Peacekeeper heads apart. Funestrada on the rail in fourth, then Mistress Montague, Sweet Velocity, TV Snow, and Grand Creation. The quarter 22 flat. Argentario has the lead by 10.